Why, as a U.S. congressperson, would you try to actively hurt the ability for our U.S. tech platform companies to operate under this model abroad? Every time we run into this, it's just right over their head. China gets it. China gets it in spades. China is extremely smart with the power that comes with tech platform monopolies.
Lawmakers hit the Trump administration for including tech legal shield in trade negotiations. Okay, this is really interesting. Bipartisan lawmakers have now critiqued them for doing this. The Section 230 of the Communications Decency Act, which gives platforms legal immunity for content posted by third-party users, while also giving them legal cover to take good faith efforts to moderate their platforms, have been included in some way in both the USMCA trade agreement and the pact with Japan signed earlier this month. They don't want this language in there. Okay, what this language is saying, hey, Mexico, Canada, Japan, you don't have a law like Section 230 of the Communications Decency Act, which provides this immunity for a platform to get content from third-party content creators, right? Which, if you remember that law, I think from 1996, the DMCA, Digital Millennium Copyright Act, says you can be a content platform, basically, and you are not liable if, say, copyright, infringing copyright content is posted onto your platform. So if you're on YouTube and a video that infringes on someone's copyright is posted onto YouTube, Google cannot be held liable for that content being posted because Google didn't actually infringe the copyright. A third-party content creator did. Now, if the infringed copyright victim contacts YouTube and says, hey, you have infringing content on your site, take it down, then YouTube needs to comply with that and respond in a timely manner. If they don't do that, then they can get in trouble. Okay. So that's what the DMCA set up, was that immunity. What Section 230 is saying is these platforms can now also take good faith efforts to moderate their platforms and remove abusive or hateful content, right? And ban users or take down content. There was a delineation that says you either need to, if you are moderating the content on the platform, then you are considered a publisher, which means you're now liable for content copyright infringement. This is saying, hey, the content's coming from third parties, but you still need to have some level of moderation. Otherwise, it's the Wild Wild West. In our book, we talk about a video streaming platform from many, many, many years ago, which I won't get into in terms of what happened there. Completely unregulated live streaming platform that connects random people over video to each other. And if you were using the platform, I guess 10 years ago, you probably are familiar with what would happen every other video stream that would pop up on your screen. Not enjoyable. Maybe to some people, but not to me at least. Section 230 provides immunity for them to basically have both of these activities. Okay. Politicians, both Republicans and Democrats, don't want this included in trade agreements. It makes no sense to me. Why would you want to inhibit the ability of a U.S. tech platform company from being able to operate with this level of immunity abroad? I don't get it. I just don't get it. Aren't these U.S. congressmen and women that are supposed to be supporting U.S. companies and U.S. influence abroad? I mean, China gets it. China gets it in spades. China is extremely smart, especially at the government level, with the power that comes with tech platform monopolies. We've spoken at this extensively, especially in the past few weeks. China absolutely understands. China has three basic mechanisms of strength: economically, militarily, and the third one's technology. And the big chunk of that technology branch is tech platforms. The other one would be like Huawei, for example, which is linear kind of infrastructure tech. But absolutely, that third bucket, the majority of the power is tech platforms. And tech platforms influence abroad. Okay? Like what we've talked about with Tencent. So why, as a U.S. congressperson, would you try to actively hurt the ability for our US tech platform companies to operate under this model abroad. It just makes zero sense. It just doesn't make any sense at all. So, I don't know. These lawmakers, they don't understand the internet, let alone platform businesses. It really is just, every time we run into this, it's just right over their head. Or they're just bought off. I don't know I don't want to say that they are this inept, right? I don't want to say that they aren't sharp. They have to be sharp to be in the position that they're in. It just seems that they have some serious conflicts of interest here, and they're not acting in the best interest of the United States of America. I just don't know how you argue any other way around this. It just doesn't this isn't a political thing, and this is a bipartisan reaction. Zero sense. Zero sense. Hi, this is Alex Mozed. Thanks for joining us on Winner Take All. If you enjoyed the content today, which I bet you did, please comment, subscribe, and definitely message me on Twitter when we're doing live streams. Also, please note, all opinions expressed about stocks or public companies on the show are exactly that, opinions. This is not investment advice. Don't act on it. WisdomTree licensed Applico's Platform Insights data product to aid in the creation of the PLAT ETF. Thanks for joining us.